Kilda with that 20-point lead. At half-time they led by 2, and at quarter-time they were down by 1, but Marr sends Hawthorn forward. Lawrence is there. Hudson comes in to challenge him for the ball. Hudson and Lawrence kicks the ball off the ground into the centre, but waiting there is Stevenson for Hawthorn. Stevenson plays on quickly, in rugby fashion almost, tucks the ball under his arm, goes out towards the pocket where Neil is in command, beats back for the ball, and then there'll be a 15-yard penalty against Crimmins because he kicked the ball off the ground after the whistle had blown.
And I'm sure Coach John Kennedy wouldn't have been very happy about that.
Neil coming up from the back pocket to half-back flank now to take this clearing kick. Looks for Dittrich. Scott behind to punch the ball away from the big fellow. Scouting is Ray. In goes Dittrich. Ball's in, gets the ball, but is pulled away from it. Taken by Rice. Rice towards centre half forward, and it's over everybody's head. Here's Hudson. Tap down. Good tackle. Holding the ball against Judson. Free kick to Matthews.
That was a ridiculous decision from where I sit. I haven't criticised umpire Shields all day, but that wasn't a good one. Not in my book.
Here's Matthews, I think too far out to score for the little fellow, but he's put a long, beautiful kick in. It is a goal. Lee Matthews.
Well, that could put the Hawks back in business. That goal at about the 2.5-minute mark of the final quarter. And the Hawks move on to 6-7-43, St Kilda 8-9-57.
So the Hawks, by right-hand performance during the year, entitled to the premiership, having a dickens of a battle here. They were standing St Kilda up 20 points. Now it's only 14 as St Kilda come forward through Elliott to the half-forward line. A juggle going on out there with Bonney. Theodore, a good hand pass, but to the man who was covered in Davis. He spilt it under a pressure, and it's Bustle clearing the ball back into the centre of the ground. Martello couldn't mark, racing through without the ball. Marr. That's Basanko getting the ball to somebody, but not one of his own men. It's over here towards Hudson. Hudson still wants one to break the great record. Picked up here by Trott. Trott probably best on ground with Ditterich and, well, you can name a couple of others too, perhaps, after the third quarter effort, as the ball comes up now into the full forward area. Racing through in front is Keddy. Keddy might get the run of the ball. He gets past Lawrence. A left foot snapshot under pressure is short of the goal square. It's taken by Moran, whose nifty hand pass finds Pays. Pays has been a quiet player today. The ball to the centre wing, and up goes Bremner. A good effort against Manzi, hipping him out and then taking the mark. To the half-forward line goes his kick, and it's Rice in front, coming more and more into the game, and he'll need to. Has he been given the mark?
Yes.
He's been given the mark over Stephen Ray. The scoreboard unchanged at 57-43 in St Kilda's favour. Hawthorn with the ball, and Hudson calling for it back there, but it's not going that way. Martello, third in line, can't take the mark, and Basanko clears to Ditterich, but trailing in behind when the pass to Ditterich was too high is Kelvin Moore. His kick keeps the pressure on the St Kilda defence. I think Matthews thought it was one of his own team players calling for it and let it go. Over now towards Theodore. Theodore versus Porter. He evades him. That familiar left-hand turn keeps them napping time and time again, and Kelvin Moore takes the mark. We've had 4 minutes of play in this final quarter with St Kilda leading by 14 points.
St Kilda squandering opportunities as up goes Marr, follows on nicely out towards the boundary line. Trott tackles him when not in possession, and the free kick will go to Marr. Marr goes on and then is tackled and only gets about 15 yards with his kick. Out there is Matthews, over the top of him Moran, and it could have been a free kick, and there's a player down over there now.
I think it could be Stuart Trott again, I'm not too sure.
Yes, he's had a bad trot in the vernacular. Matthews comes in and sends a long one downfield. Cowboy Neal and Beck fly. Neither can take it. Here's a chance for Martello. He barges in and can't barge through. Judson is caught. Picked up by Martello again. He's caught again. Held a long time. Kenny left foot. Off Kenny it was. Well,
8 points the difference. There's John Kennedy, the coach of the Hawks, looking very determined at this stage. Well, what a recovery by Hawthorn. I think Trott's going down into the forward pocket. He is. He's in trouble again.
Surprising they don't replace him now with their 20th man. There's Stephen Ray, number 25. Matthews kicked one goal and Keddy's kicked another. Hawthorn right back in it as in comes Minot and Scott wins another one. Martello. Down it goes to Hudson and Lawrence. Downfield they come. Well done, Colling. Peter Crimmins. Crimmins kicks off the ground. He'll shoot for goal and put it through. Beautiful play by the vice-captain.
Goal number 2 to Crimmins. And only, how many points the difference? 2 points the difference. What a recovery by the Hawks. All this in only 5 minutes of play in the final quarter.
Tremendous power action football. What we expect that a grand final should be, if not in standard, then certainly in closeness of play.
Lost the ball.
They're having a lot of trouble getting it back. A lot of people waving in the crowd indicating the general direction of the ball. Meanwhile, Trott is up and walking around in the forward pocket at the other end of the ground and seems to be okay. Opportunity to give you the goal kickers here for Hawthorn. Keddy 1, Crimmins 2, Rice 1, Hudson 3, still needs 1 for the record, and 1 to Matthews. For St Kilda, Bonney 2, Smith 1, Trott 1, Breen 2, Theodore 1, and Manzi 1.
A new ball being channeled out to umpire Shields. There he is with it.
Coming up to the 6-minute mark.
2 points the difference. What a thriller. This crowd of about 120,000 have really come to life.
There in ruck is Minot, but to beat him is Scott with a big leap. Ball comes back through the centre. Moran is smothered on the ground. Matthews gets the ball in the air. Hudson, Lawrence! And they have to play on as Crimmins kicks it off the ground. Basanko tackle. Now here's Hawthorn coming forward once again towards Keddy. It's allowed. It is a mark. Hudson, groggy for a moment, in the hands of the trainers, with a piece of sticking plaster on his ear, but Keddy within kicking distance. A difficult shot for him from the boundary. Crimmins giving a bit of advice. Keddy 30 yards out.
A point the difference. Well, what a thriller. 1 point the difference at the 6.5-minute mark of the final quarter. 56 for the Hawks, 57 to St Kilda. St Kilda 20 points in front of three-quarter time. Looked as though they had the real show. But here's Lawrence, a great player for St Kilda.
Certainly has been a marvellous performance by Lawrence, and there's his drop punt kick covering plenty of area, and Minot, I think, might be awarded the mark, and has been by umpire Peter Shields, well and truly in command of a thrilling game. Hawthorn 1 point ahead at quarter time, and now 1 point down, and a lot has happened in between. St Kilda in the white nicks, Hawthorn in the black nicks, and no grey shade in between. It's been hammer and tongs to the centre wing. Is that Theodore climbing over them for the mark, or is it the man in front who'll get the umpire's nod? It's Porter with the kick. St Kilda's premiership credentials by their fine finals campaign are good, but Hawthorn's are good too. It's a ding-a-donger, and the mark is taken by Hudson. Hudson, injured ear and all, has the ball at centre half forward. Giant kick into the goal square. It won't be the record kick. Hawthorn with the ball. Keddy a snapshot. 1 point again. Keddy, 1 goal, 2.
And the score's level. Level at the 7.5-minute mark of the final quarter. Well, you couldn't have a better game.
You couldn't have it better, and Peter Hudson's on 150 goals, and he's moved away from the goal square. Keddy's playing at virtual full forward now. A bad kick out over the head of Neil, and in comes Rice. Rice misses a bad bounce. Neil's got the chance and does it well. Left puts it to centre wing. Stephen Ray, or Manzi it is. Manzi then a perfect pass across to Breen. Breen, the speedster, picks it up and kicks a long one down looking for Davis. Davis gets front position and Moore beats him. Beat him beautifully, did Moore that time. He had the inches, but he was unflurried as he took a perfect mark. Moore's kick is a good 55 to 60 yards. Up they go, and Minot thumps it down in front. A chance there for a kick off the ground by Bussell. Bussell's kick goes out to Minot. Minot falls on top of it and very luckily takes a free kick. Well, he was under pressure and didn't handle the ball at all well. Fortunate to come out with that one. Minot boots it downfield. Porter can't take it. Big Carl runs into 3 of them. Parkin boots it out wide over Maher's head. Maher goes up and marks on his chest. He was well shepherded from behind. Maher, the left footer, kicks an ugly, scraggly one downfield, and Judson leads Crimmins. Judson goes out to the boundary line and is quite content to tap it over the line out of bounds.
Something that's exercising my mind at the moment, Doug, is are St Kilda starting to feel the effects of 3 successive hard games?
Well, it certainly looks as the Hawthorn swarm into attack through Wilson once again. A chance out there for Martello. Martello picks it up and boots them into attack, and it's going to be Keddy and Colling. Keddy takes a freak mark. Well, this is the player who twice has won Hawthorn's best and fairest. 1967, 1969. A very quiet player till this last quarter, and has completely changed the complexion of the game. 15 yards out, couldn't miss it, puts it through. Hawthorn hit the front.
Well, what a remarkable change has come over this game. That was Teddy's second goal. St Kilda 20 points in front at three-quarter time, and now within about 10 minutes the Hawks have hit the front and are leading by 1 goal.
And I noticed that Scott has gone off the ball for Hawthorn, and his place has been taken by Ken Beck. Now this could be an interesting chapter because Minot is still in ruck for St Kilda. So it'll be Minot versus Beck, and the bounce favours Minot, but it goes Hawthorn's way. Angus is caught, holding the ball. Barry Lawrence goes up and looks for Travis Pays, also a quiet player. He is spoiled by Beck. Off the ground is good football by Beck, and it's a race to the ball. Cowboy Neal, Ross Smith, Leon Rice, and a kick off the ground by Neal. Sends it towards Ray. He's in trouble. Loses it to Crimmins. Crimmins time to steady. He's brought down after he kicks, and the free kick will go further afield. Scott wants to go on with play, and what a great shot that was. But unfortunately for Don Scott, having kicked the goal, it won't count, and it'll have to come back.
I thought in a sense the decision by umpire Shields was just a wee bit technical. I thought it was a fair enough tackle. However, the free kick is going further afield to the Hawks, and will be taken by Scott, one of the biggest kick getters on the ground. He's had about 18 so far.
The crowd near us starting to chant Hawthorn as Scott kicks it high. Where's Hudson? He's in the pack. Hudson almost down on the ground. Lawrence. Hudson and Martello fighting for the ball. They launch themselves onto the ball, and it'll be ball up at the 11, nearly 12-minute mark of the last quarter, with Hudson and Hawthorn leading 63 to 57.
It's a remarkable game of football, and the Hawks have hit back strongly in the final term to lead by a goal. Martello out of the pack scores, and now they're in front by 7 points. Gault is on the field.
And coming off for St Kilda
Manzi
is Manzi.
Manzi off, Gault on. A full complement of reserves for both teams, although the Hawks have had a full complement on since about half-time. The ball out after the full-back kicks it here to the half-back line, and Stephen Ray, who gave a free kick away before, plays on. It was foolish. Gault wasn't ready for it. The ball has come wide to the wing. It's Rice against his man, who's out of it now because he fell. A right-foot kick by the left-footed Rice to the half-forward line. Scott behind the play, a good ruckman all day, to the full-forward area, with Hudson still requiring 1 goal. Behind it goes. A chance for St Kilda to get there first through Judson, but Matthews lifting himself, gives a hand pass to no man's land. Now coming downfield to get it is Ma. A left foot kick by the interstate winger into the full forward area. It's all St Kilda, 3 in a line, Goodrich being 1 and Neal the other to take the mark. 9-10 to 8-9. It's the Hawks in front by 7 points. A thrilling game. We've had 13 minutes of play in the final term. Over to Travis Pays, close to the line, and the ball is just about out of play.
There's a lot of pressure on the St Kilda defence at the moment.
What a remarkable game. Throw in right in front of the member stand. Beck versus Gault. Gault fresh on the field. Down to Crimmins, who sharked it. A kick is out of play, and a free kick given away. When these sides met in the second semi-final, the Hawks were 40 points up in the third quarter and only got home by 2 points. Now they've reversed form, and they're hitting back in the final stages of the game as Ditterich takes the mark. Ditterich on the half-back line. The Saints far from out of danger. Hawthorn leading by 7 points to the centre, and Green takes the beauty. Green versus Bustle in front, ready for the hand pass to Gault on his 20th man. Gault, a good strong kick to the full forward area. Davis versus Calvin Moore. Davis has taken the mark. Davis will be given the mark. 45 degrees to the line and 50 yards out. Alan Davis, number 19 for the Saints, has only scored 1 behind so far in the game. With Hudson, they were both key figures in getting their sides into the grand final. Into the centre it goes. Centre of the goal square, that is. Oh, Stacks on the mill, a filibuster, a clam bake, and the umpire comes in for a bouncer.
Waiting now, it's umpire Peter Shields. Rodney Gault is on as 20th man, will contest with Beck. Up they go, down it goes nicely to Angus. Angus under pressure, doesn't do anything. Picked up by Davis, gets his kickers beautifully smothered. The opportunity's out there for Porter. Porter's left foot doesn't cover much distance. Well done, Ma. Front position's the best position, and did it perfectly, and Des Ma become a great player in the second half. Ma, the great kick getter. And this is a long one, but the umpire says come back and kick over the man the mark. Davis, you shouldn't do that. You won't gain any medals if you give away 15 yards as he comes from behind and pushes someone to the ground. Stuart Trott, who I thought would have been the man to go up, he took a very heavy knock from Matthews. Strangely, it's been Manzi who's been taken off and Galt is on the ground. The free kick out there is to Marr, the ex-Alzavarian. He's on half-back flank. It's a long 65 to 70 yarder. Galt's underneath it. Hudson went with him. Behind it's Lawrence, a brilliant player. He boots it downfield. Hawthorn have got the chance through Marr again. A great smother by Smith. Out it goes and Trott takes it away from him. Trott then boots it down to the half-forward line. Theodore goes up and can't hold it. Nicely picked up by Parkin. Parkin boots it down. It's going to be Neil and Scott. Behind the pack, the chance is there for Lawrence. Lawrence doesn't do this one very well. Well played Galt. Kick off the ground, which he does. Out wide it goes. Basenko misses it. Moran comes in. Down they go.
Free kick to Basenko, I think.
Yes, it is. Neil Basenko, the speedster on half-back flank, who's been looking after Martello. Boots it downfield. Barry Breen the target, in position. Well done, Bustle. Travis plays a bit slow. Rice takes it away from him. A great hand passes out wide to the captain. He boots a bad-looking drop kick straight down to Scott. Scott boots it down, an awkward bounce. It's going to bounce through. It will. It does. That's not fair.
That was a fantastic goal, an unbelievable one, and it's really consolidated for the Hawks. 10-10 in this quarter. So far they've added 5-3. St Kilda, on the other hand, haven't scored.
It was the hero, Don Scott, who did it, incidentally, too.
Bounced in the centre by umpire Shields to set them in motion once again. Down it comes towards Dittrich. Taken away by Jeff Moran to send it forward. They both go down. Oh, fantastic mark. Now there's a great defender today. Kelvin Moore has played a superb game, no matter whether at full-back or centre half-back. And he looks for Hudson, who's in the centre of the ground. The ball held to the Hawthorn player, and there must be a ball up. Good tackle by Smith.
I think Jeans better think of a change between Breen and Davis at this stage.
Ball's on the ground once again. Hawthorn have the chance to force it forward. It comes to Martello. There he goes with the kick. It's come forward again. Matthews going after it. So is Judson. Matthews brilliant as he smothers. Out there goes to Marr. Marr quickly gets his kick, as he always does. Taken by Moran on half-back flank. He's grabbed. Back it comes. Des Marr in front. Can't win the ball down to Crimmins. Crimmins. Now where's Hudson? He looks to go for the kick towards the big fellow Keddy. Keddy has the chance. In goes Neil. Keddy wins the ball. Over his shoulder. Wait for it.
Well, what do you know? The Hawks have really gone mad in this final quarter. 3 goals for Keddy, and he's come to life after having a very quiet 3 quarters. And the Hawks are really in the box seat at the moment. 11-10, 76 to St Kilda, 8-9, 57.
The Hawks have swooped all right. They kicked 6 goals, 3 in this term to go from 5-7 to their present status. Here onto the half-forward line, the Saints undeterred. It's Theodore to the full-forward area. Breen's up there. Can't hang on to the mark. Bonnie does good groundwork. A left-foot snap, and that breaks the drought for the Saints.
Goal number 3 to John Bonnie, and that's a steadying one for the Saints. At the 19-minute mark of the final quarter, can they come back now and pull this game out of the fire? That's their first score since half-time. 9-9, or rather three-quarter time. 9-9, 63 to Hawthorn, 11-10, 76 at the 19-minute mark of the final quarter.
So even with that goal in, the Hawks have come from a 20-point deficit to 13 points ahead. What a tremendous final quarter. The Hawks 6 goals, 3, the Saints 1 goal. The Hawks get the ball into attack. Martello does a lion-hearted job onto the forward line. Indecision was nearly costly for the Saints defence. Judson finally takes it. He kicks to the wrong man. Rice gets a kick in to Keddy at full forward. Bob Keddy plays on to Hudson, and the record is there.
No, it's not.
No.
Is it? He's allowing it, is he?
No, I don't think so.
I got a feeling that the ball is coming back somewhere, Tony. I don't think it's going to be a Hudson goal. I don't think it's going to be a Hudson record.
I think Keddy was over the mark when he handballed.
He was well over it, yep.
Well, what bad luck. All the excitement as Hudson kicked the goal and everyone thinking that he had broken that long-standing record of Pratt's. But this move of Keddy to fall forward has been a winning move by Kennedy as he lines up his 4th goal. There it is on its way, And it's there. Another goal to the Hawks. Goal number 12. And Green has been moved to full forward for St Kilda, and I think Davis has come out to centre half forward.
And Peter Hudson still poised, equalling their record with 150 goals. Bob Keddy very unselfishly tried to give him that goal that time, but umpire Shields had blown the whistle, and Keddy was well over his mark in advance of it.
From 19...
Basenko's going back to take over Keddy.
That's not surprising at this stage of the game. From 20 points down at three-quarter time, Hawthorn are now 19 points in front.
And Scott does it once again. Ditwich thumps it back wide. A chance now for a hit over the line by Moore. In comes Bremner. Bremner down and Barry Lawrence. Misses this one. Pays behind him. Lawrence is going to take a free kick, and Lawrence has held undisputed sway all day. Short pass it will be across to Pays. Pays will mark on his chest as usual. The next target will be Trott. Trott will mark. Trott's got time to kick it a long one downfield, which he does, looking for Davis. Davis marks. Davis on with the play. Will screw it back to 10-yard square. It's a good kick. It's a brilliant kick. Alan Davis.
That's his first goal of the match.
That's his 70th for the season. He's the top goal kicker for St Kilda in the last 25 years.
That comes up at the 21-minute mark of the final quarter. This game's still wide open.
Yes, time ticking away, though, for St Kilda, and also for Peter Hudson to try and break that record. He's equalled it. Ditwich up the kick to thump it forward. There goes Porter. Kicks toward half forward. Beck is there. Couldn't hold it. Crimmins. The pass to Keddy. Beautifully done by Basenko. Just that little extra yard of pace to nip across in front of Keddy and snare the mark. Basenko kicks wide to the flank. Rice is behind to thump the ball away. In he goes. It bounces off Ross Smith's chest. And Kennedy up off the bench to urge his team on. In ruck, it's Scott once again. Misses, but he put his hand on Galt's shoulder and has given away the free kick. Rodney Gold on his 20th man for St Kilda. Replaced Manzi in the last quarter. Forward once again. Kelvin Moore, a little bit of a push out. But it was unnoticed by the umpire. And there's probably Hawthorn's best defender on the day. Moore goes through centre half forward. Hudson is behind. This time he'll climb. Hudson! Too far out to kick a goal, I would fancy. It'll have to be a 75-yarder. Hudson...
Dick, being Hudson, it wouldn't surprise me if he put it through. He's a fantastic kick, this fella.
It'll have to be a long one of the longest goals on the MCG for many a long day. He's given it everything, but it won't make the distance. St Kilda to punch the ball away through Galt. A second time. Out the back, Keddy. And across the line for a throw-in. They played for 23 minutes, and it's Hawthorn 82, leading St Kilda 69.
That's Scott knocking the ball away, and it's taken here by Moran, who kicked mid-air, picked up by Lawrence, and just as well, the gate was open otherwise, to the half-back line, and there's Stuart Trott still going like the spirit of progress, beating Ma to the ball, but in vain. A throw-in coming up after 23 minutes of play in a most exciting final quarter to the 1971 flag, with Hawthorn so far having kicked 7-3 in this term to the Saints' 2 goals. Gold on the ball. Trott, I thought, was impeded, could have got a free kick. The ball is across the line, and the umpire orders a throw-in. Tremendous excitement with Hawthorn 82 points, leading St Kilda 69, when at three-quarter time it looked like the Hawks were done. Over here towards Matthews. Did he keep the ball in play? No. A quick answer is provided, and here is the linesman to take the next part of the story. Huge crowd, over 115,000, and maybe a record 120,000 plus at the MCG. Rain first half, fine second half. Knocked down by Ditwich to the line. In goes Wilson on as a reserve. All reserves are on the field, and they're still desperate because the number one event is still at stake. Here to the centre wing, it's Hawthorn keeping the ball into attack. The ball about 45 yards from Hudson, and now across the line once again in the same pocket. 12-10 to 10-9. Hawthorn leading after 25 minutes of play.
They've really gone right in this final quarter, the Hawthorn, having added 7-3.
In comes Travis Pays. Pays is tackled. Down to the half-forward line it goes, and once again it's marked by Muscle. 13 points the difference. The Hawks in front, and 24 minutes have elapsed in the final quarter of season 1971. Out wide, Desmond Marr misses what he should have taken. In comes Moore. Moore gets his left foot to it. Down the boundary line it goes. Jockeying for position is Matthews with Judson. Judson punches it away from Matthews. Half-forward flank, and the Hawks are still in attack, and Hudson needs one goal to break the record as Ditridge and Scott go up. Even Stephen. Ray Wilson hits it down. Elliott then to the half-forward line looking for Theodore. Theodore on his left foot gets it. Crawls back, gets it to Davis. Davis then boots it down across looking for Bonnie. There's 2-1 against Bonnie. Stevenson goes for the run and bounces it very badly. Down he goes with Bonnie over the top of him. Stephen Ray's got the ball in a lot of trouble. Down he goes too. Umpire Peter Shields right beside the play will bounce it. Ditridge and Scott, no, Galt will do it. Galt over his shoulder to Smith, out to Pays. Pays onto his left foot, down to Breen. Well spoiled by Bustle once again. Breen across the wide to Pays. There's Alan Davis, if he can kick it long enough, he can't. Up goes Minot. Didn't do it well. In comes Bremner. Bremner's got plenty of time and boots it out of danger once again. And Rice goes out in front of his opponent. Rice is tackled when not in possession. He plays on strongly, however. Boots it downfield. Judson's down there. Vasenko comes in with tremendous dash and verve. Hits it along in front of him. Bolts away with pace. And boots and killed into attack. But David Parkin, as the captain, I think he made the best of that one, did David? No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He felt that one. Skipper Parkin. He's a former best and fairest and one of the most classic back pocket dashes in the game. 29 years of age. A driver, Hudson and Lawrence. Well done, Big Carl. Boots it out wide to the half-forward flank, and Minot goes out there with Heath. Neither will reach the ball. It's out of bounds, and we're in the time-on period.
And this is where I think St Kilda should be playing more direct football if they're going to pull this game out of the park.
That was John Kennedy. This is Ken Beck. Now it's Bremner. Matthews and Judson. Matthews wins it pointless. Keddy gives the wide lead. There it goes to Marr. Marr will have a shot for goal, and an open one it'll be. Boots it back to the 10-yard square. Hudson! Well, what a thrill for Hawthorn. And there's Marr with a scraggy-looking left footer. Hooked it across to Hudson, and there he is, the champion.
Absolutely fantastic anticipation by Hudson. Can he put it through for the record?
I don't think he can miss it. It's about 5 yards out as the man on his mark. Here comes the record up for Peter Hudson. His 151st goal coming up. He kicks it into the man-to-mark.
Well, I never.
Unbelievable.
And who do you think has stopped him from getting the record? None other than Lawrence, another Tasmanian, a fellow Tasmanian.
Down to the ground it comes. The chances now for Moran. Well, that was unbelievable. Sensation of the match. Out wide it goes. And the mark. A free kick to Trott.
Hudson's chance seems as if it's gone.
Well, he's still got time. What are we? About 27 minutes into the quarter. It may be. What a pity.
There's Stewie Trott. Made a couple of fantastic recoveries from some severe knocks. He sends the ball forward. Bonnie has it. Time ticking away. It's 82 to 69 as Bonnie sends up forward. Neil! Breen!
Goal number 3 to Barry Breen. And the Saints score their 11th goal, and the difference is only 7 points. And we're about 28 minutes into the final quarter. Well, we wonder, can they pull it out of the fire, the Saints? I think time may be against them.
That's a mammoth job they've got, but it's still possible. Ditridge comes on the ball. In comes Galt with him. Scott magnificent once again and again. Crimmins out wide. Ditridge comes in. Crimmins gets it. Out it goes to Matthews. Across to Hudson. Hudson, an open goal. This time he shoots for goal and misses and kicks it out of bounds. And look at him. He's that disconsolate, and rightly so. He cannot get his right boot on. It's unbelievable. Hudson, the chance to break Bobcat's record twice in the last minute, has missed it very badly 2 times as it's booted down to attack, and Angus comes in. There's still time for Hudson as Martello, because Angus takes the free kick and Hudson and Lawrence go back to the 10-yard square.
And Hudson trying to get in front of Lawrence at the moment.
Well, it's
there he is. There's Hudson. There's Lawrence watching him every inch of the way. He's played a great game, Barry Lawrence. Full marks for him.
Angus is within range. If he gets a big one, it's not a big one. 10-yard square is through. Marked on the line by Rodney Gold, and he's running around the boundary line.
He took it out of play,
He took it right out of play. Yep. He'll have to come back and kick from right behind where he took it. Well, Peter Hudson, his man, is standing there on his mark. He should try and smother this one. Down it goes towards Minot. Minot very slow. Scott goes to the ground, push in the back, I thought. Chance now for Stephen Ray. He's bundled over and will take a free kick from the leg. And Ray takes it on the half-back flank. And time is really ticking away now against St Kilda.
30 minutes into the final quarter. 7 points the difference. St Kilda coming back magnificently.
A mark to Kelvin Moore. He punches it. Cowboy Neil. Bremner boots him into attack, and Scott marks again. This is the best man on the ground, number 23, Don Scott. He wears contact lenses, and he's been a magnificent player.
I think second best would be this fellow Lawrence.
I agree, Ken. I agree. Lawrence undoubtedly number 2, but Scott has taken every ruckman on and done it magnificently. His target will be Hudson. Hudson comes in for the big leap. He almost took a good one. Behind is Galt. Galt can't pick it up. Tries again. Does it the third time. Kicks it high in the air. Straight out wide to Porter. And Porter will mark. Out to Wilson. Centre wing position is Porter. University Black to University Black. They're both recruited the same year. Hudson. And once again, Lawrence with him all the way.
One of the best performances I've seen against Hudson.
The best one I've seen. Punched by Galt. Kicked off the ground out to Theodore. Theodore onto his left foot. Out to Elliott. Elliott down to the half-forward line. Davis in front. Kelvin Moore spoils him once again. Barry Breen slips to the ground. Bonnie's caught. Gets away from 3 of them. Beats 4 of them. Boots it back downfield. He ran too far, apparently. And Kelvin Moore takes the free.
Well, what a pity. It was a great effort by Bonnie. 32 minutes we are into the final quarter, and Hawthorn cling to their 7-point advantage. 12-10-82 to St Kilda 11-9-75.
Kelvin Moore with the free kick for Hawthorn. Sends towards Martello. They're up there waiting for it. Wilson recovers quickest. He's looking for Hudson. Hudson leading, but it's over Hudson's head. Now he's got Keddy in his sights. The ball comes to ground. Hudson with a chance, but the whistle's blown. A St Kilda free kick, and it's going to Neil Bosanko. Bosanko, 32 and a half minutes gone. Tremendously long last quarter. Finds Neil. Neil on the ground. Gives it to Judson. Judson under pressure. He's bumped aside, pushed in the back, and must get the free kick. Well, 32 and a half minutes gone. Hawthorn just about have it in the bag. Only seconds remaining as umpire Shields picks out a 15-yard penalty. 7 points the difference. Judson goes straight down the ground, looking for a teammate further afield. But back it comes once again. Up to the centre wing, and there's the siren. And Hawthorn are premiers.
Look at John Kennedy, the Hawthorn coach. And a jubilant Hawthorn side. Little Cremens, Matthews. And there's the story for our Victorian viewers who have just joined us. Hawthorn 12-10, 82 points, defeated St Kilda 11-9-75.